Happy Friday, everyone. I hope this is working right now. My wife keeps going in and out. It keeps telling me I have an unstable signal. So I was tired of watching it back and forth. So we're just going to look for the best. If I get kicked off, I'll try to come back on. So we'll just do what I can right now. So tonight we're going to make the Halloween candles from the pool noodle. If you saw the picture of the post I did, I thought that was really cute and I want to give it a try. So I'm just going to wing it. I don't think I need very much instructions. I think it's fairly self-explanatory in my eyes. It is. So I watched a couple different videos, but I just skimmed through it really quick and was like, yeah. Okay, so go ahead and hopefully, like I said, it keeps going between unstable and good Wi-Fi. Unstable, good Wi-Fi. So if I'm cutting out, I'm sorry. Hopefully it just doesn't kick me off all the way. So let's see where I'm at. Maybe I can watch myself a little bit to see if it's still going. Okay. So I went ahead and cut the pool noodles down. I only found 2. The picture said use 3, but I only found 2, and that was all that was left in the box. So I used 2, and that one was pretty big. I don't need mine to be that big. So I started out at, what did I start out? 15 inches? No, 17 inches, and then just went down 2 inches from there. And then when I got to this one, I just kind of did half of that because I needed an extra one that you wanted. Not even numbers. Not even numbers. So, and this is a charger that I got from the Dollar Tree as well. And I went ahead and spray painted it this morning. And I'm not going to spray paint the pool noodles. We're going to try painting them because I'm not going outside. It's still over 100 outside right now. And I don't even know what time it is. My watch is dead. It's after 6 here in California. So, and it's still like 100, 101, still super hot. I'm not going outside to sweat and spray paint anything. So I watched another girl who painted hers. So we'll just see. We'll just go with it. It's from the Dollar Tree, so it's not going to make or break. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way because I don't need that until the end. And where am I starting? We're going to start with the big one. So I said let me get my tape measure out. I believe I started at, 17. So, and then I just went down 2 inches from there. So what we need to start out with is the little lights that you get from the Dollar Tree need to go in there. But the hole is too small. So I'm going to have to cut into it. But I'm also going to kind of cut this down a little bit because, candles don't burn evenly. And, that's just how it goes. And we want them to look a little spooky. So I'm going to just kind of cut. It's going to be painted over, and I'm going to stick some hot glue around there. So it's not going to be that big of a deal if it doesn't look even. Don't make your hole too big that your light goes. And you kind of want to make it easy to get in and out. because you're not going to glue these in there, because you don't want to glue them in there, because then you can't turn them on and off, and you know how Dollar Tree lights work. They work 1 minute and not next. But you know, you can't complain too much. They're from the Dollar Tree. And they are white, so I am gonna paint this like the wrong way. I'm gonna paint them black so they'll blend in a little bit. I should have got an X-Acto knife, but me and his X-Acto knives aren't friends. So that'll be good. So you want to be able to, when it's glued on, you'll be able to pull it on enough. Yeah. That's kind of good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm going to make a giant mess. That's okay. All right. So to make the, looking drippy candle, we're going to use hot glue. But you want to use a hot glue gun that has a low setting, because if you use a high setting, it's going to melt through the plastic. So basically, I'm just going to stay in there. I hate this glue gun though so much. It doesn't like to hold in the... See, and this one even is too hot. That's okay. It'll melt through just a little. Oh, it'll melt through just a lot. And that's on low too. Oh well. So I used my other one and it really melted through it. So I just have to let it cool down and add more to it. And this is a low setting too. That's right, yeah, because that's high and that's low. So, oh well. We're gonna paint over it. So hopefully it'll do what it's supposed to do. Like I said, it's from the Dollar Tree, so it's not like they were expensive. That's a little better. I'm concentrating. This is going to use a lot more glue than I expected, but that's okay. It's really melted. We'll just add more glue. See, it's just kind of, you see it? We'll do some more on this side. Because this is kind of bead to the back of it. So I'm not. There we go. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a little stringy right there. Ooh, that was hot. Okay. You will let that one sit and kind of dry a little bit. And then we'll move on to the next one. What's everybody's plans for the weekend? It's going to be blazing all weekend here, so I don't plan on doing much of anything. Laying around crying, maybe. That to go down just a little bit more. Like I said, you be careful on how wide you make it, because you don't want it to fall all the way through. You want to leave kind of a lip in there to hold it. Just a little bit. There we go. That'll work. That one's in there. Just laying that right on the floor, because that's a good spot for it, right on the floor. The dog won't come over and chew on it. Yeah, see, it doesn't hold the new glue to feed it in. It drives me insane. And I have to use until it gets far. Said I hate this glue gun, but if I'd known it was going to melt through it anyway, I would have used my other one. But that one gets really hot, really hot. But that's okay. Trial and error. That's what I'm here for. And I actually bought this glue gun, fabric glue. No wonder why it never worked. It has a stupid cord on it too. The cord is really short, so I have to use an extension cord, and then the extension cord is in the way. Right here. Okay. 2 down. It's drying pretty good. And see, it almost makes it okay because it's kind of melting it a little bit. So pull that piece out of there and cut that off. It's just in there, and I don't want it to be in the way of the that when I put it in there. I cut a piece out too. So if you're just hopping on, we're making the pool noodles candles, the Halloween candles that I posted the other day. I actually found some pool noodles when I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday. I was so excited. There was only 2 left. And I was like, it was meant to be. Somebody wanted me to make these. So I'm going to make them. And hopefully they come out okay. Like I said, I'm going to paint them instead of spray paint them. Because I'm not standing outside in the heat. And I'm going to cut that down. Like give them some shape to make it look like they're melted. Hi! I can't see who you are. Oh, hi, Diane. My computer's so far away, I can't read names from that far away without my glasses. That's okay. That off a little bit more. So we want that to sit in there a little bit. It's okay if it kind of gets a little. That's this piece right there. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is the way I'm doing it. And if you guys have a better way, feel free to chime in. There we go. That'll work. All right, I'm gonna need some more glue sticks. It's a good thing I knew I should have bought cheapy ones from the Dollar Tree, but I don't even like those for cheap projects. The glue doesn't stick. I've tried the Dollar Tree glue sticks before and they're just not worth it. Just let that get down. And I hate this stupid. There we go. Get it out of the way. Did I say where I bought this? I bought this at Michael's. That's the worst glue gun ever. Oh, come on. Stupid thing. It's not feeding the new one through. And it's just kind of not pushing it. Okay. I use my teeth. There you go. In about 2 seconds, I'm going to switch to my other glue gun. It's going to melt through it anyway. It's going to melt through it. That looks kind of creepy because it's drying really nice. So when I paint over it, it should look pretty good. And hopefully, like I said, the paint will work. If the paint doesn't work, then I guess I'll have to go outside in the morning before it gets super hot and spray paint them and then finish and then show you guys what I did. I'll record it if that's what happens when we start painting and it doesn't work. But I don't see why it wouldn't. But let's see, a few more to go. These long projects are kind of almost better watching on a time lapse video than on a live because it's going to take me a while just to get to the end. But it's not like I have anything to do tonight. These are my exciting Friday nights. This is what I do now on Friday nights. But I used to go out a lot on Friday nights. Friday night was my couldn't wait to go out night. When I was a teenager, that one went really well. Well, actually, from the time I was probably about 10 until I was about 17, 18, I spent my Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday evenings at the skating rink. I was a rink rat. I was on the speed team, and I did all that. So, and then I got a job there, and I worked there. My dad worked there. That's why I was always there. So it's not like my parents dropped me off at the skating rink at 10 years old and left me there on a Friday and Saturday night. My dad worked there, so I had supervision while I was there. And I did that for a lot of years. It was my first job, too. I started working as the party girl when I was about 14, 15, around there. And then I graduated to snack bar and floor guard and all of that fun stuff. But it's one of those jobs where nobody really paid attention to what you were doing. Most of us just fooled around. It was a paycheck, and I think I made like $180 every 2 weeks. But at that age, it was a lot of money at the time for me, and I just spent it on whatever. It's like the stupid glue gun wants to work when it's just at the end. When it gets to the end of the stick, then it wants to grab on. So tell me what your first job was. Let me know what you guys did. I got a lot of jobs before I realized I needed to work for myself. I don't do well with people telling me what to do, I guess. I don't know. Not that I'm nasty about it or anything. I'm not like, I don't know. I just don't like having to work on somebody else's schedule, I guess. I want to be able to come and go as I please or pick my hours, and I don't want to have to explain myself to somebody when I need the day off. I don't know. And that didn't start until after Gabriel was born and being his sole parent. I wanted to make sure I was there for everything, and I was very active at his school. I was on the PTL. I was also on the school board for a while, and then I was school board chair for a brief moment. And then they closed the school he went to, and he had to go to a different school. And the school was too far for me to be able to work and do all that. I had to drive Claire out to Hemet to drop him off in the morning and then get back to work. So the school he went to before, it was just easy. It was right down the street. So I could stop what I was doing, run to the school and do a few things, and then come back and work some more. All right. I don't want to keep these all straight. I want them to look like they're melting. So let's do this one kind of installed. I think it just melted a little. So that was how I got into deciding to work for myself. And for those of you that don't know, I am a dog groomer by trade. And I've been grooming dogs, for about as long as Gabriel's been alive. I actually started out at a home. It was up in Idlewild. So that was quite the drive. And I did that for a while before I got into dog grooming. So I've been working with animals for a while. And it's all right work. I don't mind it. Everybody says you have to love dogs to be a dog groomer. Well, it may have started. Not, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't love the dogs, but it turns into something different. I do love the dogs, but it's more than that. You got to have something other than love for them. You have to have an understanding. You have to have a little bit of patience, which is weird because I don't have patience for people. That sounds so horrible. But I have patience for dogs. I'd rather be bit by a dog all day than have to argue with a Karen in the store over her being right and me being wrong. Okay, I think that's as good as that one's going to get. I don't know. That's going to stick out right there, but I'm going to paint it black so it will blend in. It will blend in. Okay, just let it drip. Oh, I'm working so far off to the side. It's like the other side of the table has cooties or something, and I can't. I keep veering more and more off to the left. I'm sorry. This darn glue gun is getting on my nerves. Okay. A few more to go. I've got such a mess under my feet right now. That's coming out nice. Let's do a little more. Get a little more drippy. Let's see how well it went when I was at the end of that one. over to that side. Let's just cut it into this one. I maybe should have done the majority of these and then just done a couple for you guys to see. And then put it together so we won't be here all night. That's okay though. You can always come back and watch the replay. Or if you're with me for the long haul, I appreciate it. Because this is going to be a long live. A little bit further down. Because we still haven't even painted them. Let that dry. The way it melts a little bit kind of helps it. I guess that makes it look okay. I don't know. The one girl I watched, hers didn't melt into hers. That's okay. Three more to go and we can start painting. I'll probably just paint the lights later because those are going to have to take a minute to dry before I can put them in there. And I've got quite a few of them. So we'll leave those for later since it's going to take forever to just do this. I don't know what to go with it. Two more down. Okay. least my Wi-Fi is holding out. It's not kicking me off yet. Even though it's still kind of coming in and out. Right there. There we go. Let's move all this out of the The floor is always a good spot for it. Stripping all the way down to the table now. Less glue, use less glue. One more. We're just going to leave this guy flat. We can just hurry up and get this over so we can move on to the painting part. And hopefully it'll work. This side. Go the other side. Okay, so we're going to set these stones out to my finger over there. Unplug this hot glue because I don't need it anymore. Oops. Get that out of the way. And the scissors, just not a. Okay. I'm going to use a piece of cardboard to put down because I'm assuming this is going to be a mess. And I should probably put my apron on because I have a white shirt on. And I am a messy painter. Messy crafter. Messy painter. Doesn't matter. Oh, wow, we're already 40 minutes into it. We're quicker. I'm sorry. We're quicker. So I just have, it's home decor chalk paint that I got. Where did I get this? Michael's, I believe. Michael's or Hobby Lobby? Well, it doesn't have the Hobby Lobby sticker on it, so or price tag on it, so it was probably Michael's. Let's see if this is going to work. I don't see why. I might have to. Let's see why it wouldn't work. It's not melting yet, so just have to. Make sure you get in all the little bubbles. Up here. Dab it in there so it gets all the orange. And if you're going to make these and you think about it during summer, it might be good if you buy the dark, like purple ones. I don't know. I always see just the orange ones left. But that might help, like, so it's not all neon orange. But it's covering it pretty good, and it's not melting it. Like I was afraid the spray paint would, because you know spray paint in styrofoam, yeah, it melts things. But these have that coating on it, you know, for the pool. So I figured they might not melt too bad if I use spray paint. That's coming out pretty good. It's bumpy, so gotta make sure you get all the in the holes. This is inevitable. I'm gonna get paint on me. One way or another, I'm gonna get paint on me. That's okay. Yeah, that's coming out pretty nice. I like how that's coming out. So I'm not disappointed at all. Just might take a minute to dry. Okay, back here needs a little more. I should that was like a skewer or something so I could hold it. That's okay. We'll set that right over there. And move on. Now I'm hoping I have enough paint, which I should. It's a full jar, but I think a lot of that will get covered up by when I put the counter in. So I don't think, and I can always touch that up later when I put the lights in. yeah, it's coming out pretty good. I'm glad I found the pool noodles. Like I said, it was meant to be. There was only 2 left. And my Dollar Tree is not, it's definitely not the best Dollar Tree around. It is, I don't know if it just gets picked through really well, but I find that hard to believe. And their stocking day is, I believe, Tuesday. And I've been in there on Tuesdays, and the store looks the same no matter what time you go in. It's a disaster is what it is in there. They always just cut open the boxes and then leave them in the aisles, and they're always in the way. It's kind of dirty. They carry a ton of one certain thing, and I'm like, could we move on from that now? Nobody wants that anymore. And all the good stuff, like I went because I needed moss, because I wanted the brown, the dry brown dead moss to put on the bottom of this when we put it together. But of course they didn't have any. They only had the green moss. So I have some brown, and then the rest is gonna be green. I'm just gonna have to make do with the green. And I thought about spray painting it, or dyeing it, putting food coloring on it or something, but I figured whatever, it'll be green. I'll just cover it up with other stuff. So I got spiders and other stuff to put on there to make it spooky. So speaking of spooky, for all you SoCal people, did you get your Disney Pass? I'm kind of on the fence with getting my Disney Pass in. I love going to Disneyland during the holidays. That's my favorite time. And I lost my pass. I had the parking, of course, because I let it go. And funny, I let it go right before the pandemic. So I was already out, so I didn't have to keep paying for the passes. I guess people that were annual pass holders still were paying for their annual pass. I'm not sure. I was not an annual pass holder. I guess you could quit anytime you wanted, but now they're a special group, I guess, because they continued paying through the pandemic. I don't know. But I want to go really bad. This is the longest I have not been to Disneyland in my whole life. And it's been about 2 years, going on 2 years. Since, like I said, just right before the pandemic, we let the passes go. Because it was getting to the point where, because we had passes, and I live close enough to Disneyland, but I live far enough from Disneyland at the same time, because I'm on the 90. I have to take the 91 to get there. And those of you who know the 91, you know the 91. So I don't need to explain. And it takes a good hour to hour and 20 sometimes to get there. And then we were finding that, I don't want to get on that because I don't want to wait that long. I don't want to wait that long. And Gabriel has Asperger's, so waiting in line really irritates him. So I know that's right? But some days it's worse than others, and some days he's excited to be there and doesn't mind standing in line, but it was starting to get more and more. He didn't want to stand in line. And when he gets impatient like that in line, he says things. It's funny to me, but to surrounding people, it's not funny. You know, to them, he sounds like a disrespectful child who is bossing his mom around when that's really not what it is. It's just that he doesn't have a censor. And well, that's the truth. That's how he sees it. So wow, these are coming out really nice. I'm really liking how these are coming out. So yeah, so I thought he needed a break. I needed a break. My younger brother needed a break. It was just getting very crowded there. So, and we had been trying to hold on for Star Wars Land, and they just kept pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. So, and of course, they released the opening day like right after we let the passes go that they were what date they were going to open it. And they're like, yeah, of course. We've only been waiting a year past the original date you were supposed to open. So, I don't know. I'm ready to go back to Disneyland, but I'm not ready to go back to Disneyland and wear a face mask. I will wait patiently until I don't have to wear one. And I'm afraid we're going to go backwards instead of forwards. Even though I got hope. I'm not a Debbie Downer. Not that I go many places anyway. As you can see, it's Friday night. And I'm home making Halloween candles. So I'm definitely not being deprived at all. I like some stringies. Sorry, guys. This is a really long live. I think this is by far exceeding some of my other lives, but I should have planned ahead. We're about halfway now, I would say. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. We just keep going. It'll be worth it in the end. So, you know, if you're watching the replay, you can always just skip forward. Skip forward. It's not like do a whole lot of talking anyway, so you're not missing me jabbering on about anything important. I'm pretty quiet, so let the craft speak for itself. I try to be informative, but sometimes I forget to tell you what's going on in my brain. It's going on in my brain, it's just not coming out my mouth. And I'm pretty notorious for that. Just ask my mom. I do a lot of inside thinking, and I answer inside my head, but I don't ever actually verbally say anything. I know that drives a lot of people crazy that I do that. My mom being one of them. She always goes, "Did you answer me in your head?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't say that out loud. I'm sorry." But that's me. It's just the way I roll. I will not be offended and will not hurt my feelings. If you skip through to the end or skip through and hurry up to see what I'm doing, I do that a lot. So I'm impatient. So I don't judge anyone else who's as impatient as I am. Because this is a long time to sit really and watch somebody paint pool noodles. For the love of God. I'm trying to work fast, but I want to work efficiently and fast at the same time. So I don't want to have to go back and do a lot of more touch-ups because I was going too fast. All over my hands. I should maybe paint back here a little bit. Don't hit Benny with the door. What's up?
What are you doing?
Alive. So yes, they can hear you.
Oh, okay.
They can't see you, but they can hear you.
Oh.
And now you scared Benny, so now he's going to be under my feet.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
I only looked at him. Not bad.
She didn't open the door fast and
You
hit
saw
him.
we're killing oranges?
Killing oranges?
Yeah,
No, it's it's the pool noodles.
Alright, well, I'll let you get back to it.
Okay. That was Gabriel. And yes, Benny is in here with me. He's hiding from the cat, is what he's doing. Because Naja is mean. She knows he's the weak link, so she goes right after him. And he's a big scaredy cat. He's part Chihuahua and long-haired Chihuahua and Pomeranian, so enough said, right? We're getting there. We're getting there. Next time I'll think this through a little bit better. And if it's going to be long, I'll do a good portion of it, especially when it's repetitive. Like I said, sometimes these type of projects are better on a time-lapse video, just because you can time-lapse them and go super fast. They're so stuck. We got 3 more to do, but they're the small ones. So, and then we can check to see if they're dry. They're looking pretty dry. They might be wet in a couple spots. And I see some spots where I have to do touch up. But I'll dry them with the dryer. I switched out my heat gun, so I just have the dryer. So I won't melt them. So here's a funny for you. I ran out of things to watch on Netflix and Hulu and all those fun things. I'm waiting for everything to come back. So I have nothing to watch. So I was on Hulu, skimming through things to watch, looking for something, anything. And I came across the original 90210. So I've been watching season 1 of 90210. And I used to be an avid 90210 watcher. I loved 90210. I would kill you to get to the TV to watch 90210. But man, I'm watching that now to realize. And I mean, I know, what was it? Was it early 90s it started? Or, yeah, 90s. 90-ish. I think I was in junior high school. I don't really remember, but I just I look back and I'm thinking, oh my god, I can't believe I was so into that because they are so adult. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't act like that when I was a teenager. Even though I guess I thought I did because I thought I was relating to all them characters, even though I didn't live in Beverly Hills. And I don't know. It's just amusing to go back and watch it now and think, oh Lord. It's quite amusing now. Two more. I'm thinking, all these kids, none of them had parents except for Brandon and Brenda. They were all on their own. Like, I remember that, but I don't remember thinking there was anything wrong with that when I watched it the first time around when I was a teenager. I guess maybe because that's a teenage dream to be left alone and not have rules and just do whatever you want. I'm thinking that's a horrible image. I don't know. I guess it was what it was in the 90s. But it is quite amusing to go back and watch. I think I might need to paint into that area just to make sure. Oh man, look at my hands. That's okay. It'll wash off. We're almost done. Yep, this is by far the longest live I've ever done. Like I said, if you fast forward through it to the end, that's great. I get it, because I would fast forward through the end. Okay. That one there. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty dry. I mean, there's still some wet spots, so I can at least hold it without messing it up. And there's a couple little touch-up places where you can see the orange. I just got a big old glob of paint all over my head. That's okay. I'll wash it off later. I'm not too worried about the bottoms because I think it'll be covered up. By when you stack them together, you won't really see the bottoms, but I want to make sure most everything else is covered up, especially like in the gaps where it melted into the glue. Let's see. dry enough. Let's check this one. I just want to make sure it's dry enough that I'm not gonna fill up too much of the black when I'm gluing them together. And that they're all pretty covered. Let's see some touch up on this one. Yeah, that's a big spot right there. Let's undo that one down. Yeah, see, that's what I did. My fingers are peeling up the. There's 4 pinks. Okay. Over again. Squeeze a little bit. We're almost to the end. coming to the end here. Get them all dry. They're dry enough. I'm not going to worry about that piece right there. I get hidden. You won't see it. Are you going out then? All right. I'm live.
Huh?
I'm live. Coming out pretty good, huh? There's one on the floor. It's oh no, not that one. The one over here.
You just heat it up.
It's hot glue.
Oh, okay.
So it melted it a little bit. So it kind of, I don't know. Looks okay.
Looks like candles, yeah.
I'm going to put it together now. So, all right. You can stay out. You're just laying there in front of the door anyway, waiting to get hit. Okay. Move this stuff out of the way. Some of them are still a little tacky, but they'll dry. They're not to the point where I'm going to put them in order. By size, it's a little still wet, better than I want, but they're fine. By the time I get to them, okay. What did I do? Oh my lord, my hands are so. They're beyond the wipey now. Okay. So I'm gonna start. Just kind of. I'm gonna glue them down. And then just kind of go from there. Let's see if my glue gun's hot enough yet. Of course it's not. Why would it? So yeah. Like that, and then we'll go down. You can't see them from where I'm gonna have to. I'll move everything. I'll move the smaller ones out of the way so we can move that down so you can see what I'm doing. This is not the best angle. Maybe I should. Let me see. Let me go back to the other angle and see if Benny, go away. Now he's knocking at the door because he wants back in. There we go. Let's see if I can turn it this way. And then, no, you're going to have to go overhead. That's my computer's. I'll hold it up when we're done and we'll go from there. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so that one's there. And then I'm just going to stagger them. You can stagger them however you feel like. I don't think I'm going to glue them together because this one seems pretty sturdy. And they're pull noodles, so it's not like they're going to fall over or bend. So, getting an idea. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go like that. Crap, I should find another glue stick. I'm gonna find another big glue stick. Give me 1 second. They're in the drawer over here. Oh no, where's my glue stick? They're there. Hey, what the heck? Did my phone die? I bet you my phone died. Crap, guys. My phone died. Let me see. No, it didn't. What the heck? Why did it do that? Delete, delete. Face recognition when I'm like this is not working. What the heck? Why didn't... No, I don't want that. I wonder if it just kicked me off from... Let's see if I could remedy this, guys. From here, it may not work. From this angle. Go back. Paste and go. Yes, that's on. Wow. Enter the studio. There. I don't know what happened. That was weird. I bet you it's going to be all... Yeah, wrong way. That's going to drive me nuts. Okay, give me 1 second. Close your eyes if you get motion sickness. There's the other half of my bathroom. You see the messy side? There we go. That was weird. I wonder what happened. I bet you it was the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi kicked my phone off. It didn't kick the computer off, so yay for that. Okay. Let's do that right there. Right there. It's melting into those, but if we put enough in there, won't see it. That looks like it can be touched up a little. That's okay though. Wait. This one first. One more there. Let's try that right there. Just get enough glue on them. They'll stick. My glue gun die? Everything's dying on me. Goodness. I have to use the dumb glue gun. Now we have to wait for another glue gun to heat up. This is still kind of warm, so we can get enough out of it to do these last two. And let's cram that right in there. All right, if I have to go back and re-glue that one, maybe. Maybe not. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this view. I just totally muted it. So that's what how it's coming along right now. I think that looks pretty good. I mean, you can see orange like in these ones, but once I get when you put that in there, and I'll paint these black. I'm not going to paint them black now because we're almost at an hour and a half at it. But once you get them in there and they're all painted and flickered, I'll make a video and everything of that. But what I have, let's go back down. I have the brown moss, and see, I was looking for more. This is what I wanted, but of course they only had the green, which I guess green is fine, but I'll put the green. I just want it to fill in the gaps. I don't want it so much way out here on the brim, just in this area. And then I got spiders. To kind of, I don't know. Just gonna glue some on there. Kind of sporadic on there. And then I don't know if I'm going to use these. I found these two. They're black and silver berries and some leaves. I don't know. Let's get the moss on there and see what it looks like with the moss. This glue gun is hot yet? Not really. No. No. I'll have to wait a few more minutes. So waiting. My hands are so full of paint. Like, this finger is it's so thick. I can rub it right off. I hate waiting for glue guns. That's the only downfall about this one. I mean, it's a nice glue gun. It's really super, super hot, but it's not like, you know, what is that? The one with the Ryobi? Yeah, the Ryobi one. That sucker's big and clunky, and it has the big, huge battery pack that lasts forever. But this one wasn't that expensive. I think I paid like $25 for it. But the bad thing about it is if I don't use it and it just sits, the battery drains still. So I could have not used it for the week and then go to use it and it had a full charge and then it's dead. So that's the only downfall to it. But it's really nice. It gets super, super hot. I just hate cords. And even being a dog groomer, cords suck. And I finally have clippers that it's actually really good, and it's a cordless clipper. And it's really hard to find a cordless clipper that has enough power to get through some of those double-coated dogs. Okay. What is it with these? It's two big glue guns that don't want to go. So I can see it sizzling the moss. Trying not to burn my fingers, even though that's like asking me not to breathe. Now, not only am I going to have styrofoam all over the craft room, I'm going to have 3 more. Where did I put that glue stick? Oh, that one fits in there. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Oh, I got a big orange spot. Right. Let's get that out of there. I'm not going to stick, but that's okay. Now let's get some spiders. I'm going to put one right there. Put it there. I cannot. I hate this glue. Put him right there. Look at strings. I guess it looks like webs. I don't know. Maybe one more. One more on this side. Yeah. 3 is pleasing to the eye. I don't know. I don't think I need those berries. Let's just look. Stick them in there. It's like glued to the bag. I don't know. I'll slide it in there. I don't know about that. I'll leave it there and let you guys decide. I'll show you, of course. I should have moved that spider over a little bit more and then that. Benny, go away. That kind of hides that spider, so I'm going to take that one off. And then I have skulls. Maybe set him over there. I don't know. Black skull or white skull? What do you think? I like the white skull. I'm not going to glue them down though, because I don't want them to stick on there. And when I pack this away, I'm going to have to pack it away probably in a box on its own. And I pack it. All right. So yay, we made it. It only took us an hour and 37 minutes. Where's my mouse? Let's go back. And we only lost Wi-Fi on the phone. Oh yeah. See, it's telling me low battery now. See, that's what happens when you take a really long time. That's okay. Okay, let me hold it up so you guys can see. There we go. Tell me what you think of the berries. Yay or nay? Because I'm going to finish. I'll finish painting all of the candles and get those in. And then I'll take a picture of it and show you guys how it came out without the orange sticking through and the candles in there. But I think it came out pretty cute. I kind of like it. I'm glad I stumbled upon that picture. So, all right. Thanks for hanging in there with me, guys. It only took an hour and 38 minutes and counting. But it was a fun Friday night project. I'm very proud of how it came out. Came out a little bit better than what I thought it was going to. But yeah, so bye, Dale. You like it? Yeah, came out pretty good, huh? Considering I was winging it. So I really like how it came out. Berries or no berries. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down for berries. I don't know. They kind of gave it a little something. And I like the spiders on there. And the skull. See, I could show you the black skull too. I have that. Black skull. But I think he blends in too much. So keep the white skull. White glittery skull to the side looks good. And there we go. You like the berries? Okay, I'll keep the berries. So, like I said, the only other thing I have to do is paint all of these black, which that one's already part way there. That was just from my hand. And then get them all in there. And like I said, I won't glue them in because you need to be able to turn them on and off. And see, they are Dollar Tree. So after you paint them and get them in there. They'll look really cute. White skull. Yeah, I like the white skull better too. So, all right. I am done for this Friday night. I'm going to go wash my hands, or maybe I'll paint all the black on the candles and then go wash my hands. I don't know. And I will see you tomorrow, right, Dale? See you tomorrow at 11. And I'll see the rest of you sometime next week. And I'm thinking of changing Love Wednesdays to the last day of the month. So only doing one Wednesday a month. And then, because sometimes it's kind of hard to come up with a reasonable project. So you guys, like, I'm not asking you to donate $50. I mean, that's like a special time. But if I did it once a month, then it might be easier to do a higher price donation instead of $5 or $10. So I'm going to do Watts of Love once, but I'll go into that later. And yeah, so I'll be back next week sometime. I know my schedule is always, I never know when I can hop on and go live. So I just wing it. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed my pool noodle candles. And if you want to give it a try and you need help, just watch the video and see what I did, and don't do that. Do something else. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a nice weekend.